Hello and welcome to a step-by-step guide on how to draw like a pro artiste. The materials you're going to need is a surface on which to make marks. I'm using paper, but you can use like a wall or the floor or a friend's arm or really anything you want. And you're also going to want something to draw with. I'm using a Sharpie. But you can use like a pencil or lipstick or crayons or the blood of your enemies. Really, it doesn't matter as long as it can make a mark on a page. So today I'm going to teach you how to draw good. It's going to be great. So you want to start by just like throwing whatever you're drawing with onto the paper, and that'll make the first mark for you. So here we have a lovely dot. We're going to circle the dot to show how great it is. Then we're going to have some lines just coming off the dot like this. And the trick with drawing like a pro artiste is that you don't want to draw a thing, right? Because things look like things, and so therefore it's possible to draw it a bit weird. For example, if I was trying to draw a dog and I instead drew this, people would be like, well, that's an interesting looking dog. But I'm not trying to draw a dog. I'm just drawing art, and so people can interpret it however they want. And if you say that sentence to people, they'll be like, whoa, you're so pro, dude. You must be such a pro artist. To which you reply, yes, I followed this great YouTube tutorial. So what you want to do here is just draw some parallel lines, because people really like parallel lines, because they're very pleasing to the eye. And if at this point in your drawing you're a bit confused, that's alright. Just remember, you'll be fine. Everything will turn out okay in the end. And then you can just throw again to find a new spot. So here's another dot. We're going to do the same thing because quite often it's cool to have like recurring objects. So we're just going to do some more parallel lines. If in doubt, just draw lots of parallel lines or dots. They're also quite good for if you're in a sticky situation. So we're just going to do that here. And then maybe we'll link the two dot plate things up together to form like a creature of some description. The thing about drawing is not to set out with a goal, because then you're likely to fail at the goal. You set out with no expectation, and then you create a thing that is above expectation because you had no expectation to begin with. That's basically how to do everything in life, really. I'm an expert, if you couldn't tell. So we're just gonna go with this sort of eye theme and draw some squiggly lines sort of in this direction. Doesn't really matter which direction. You can choose your own direction if you want. And then we're gonna draw like this. So at this point we're sort of seeing maybe like a weird sea bug kind of thing. So if we just give it a bit of a head, and then maybe some like pincery things. See, that seems menacing, and then color them in to make to contrast. Contrast is the most important thing in a pro artiste good drawing. And then we're gonna want some like some shading, because shading always makes people very impressed, even if it's like literally just dots. So at this point you'd be like, oh, we're just gonna draw like a body and it's gonna be done. No, we're gonna just draw some like random lines over here. And then maybe we'll have like this sort of smirk looking thing over here, and then this will like just put you back on course onto drawing a nothing instead of a thing, because we were very close to drawing a thing there, and that's not at all our goal, right? We just want to draw a bunch of nothing. Adding more contrast. And at this point in your drawing, you might want to add some color, and that's fine. Why don't we do that? Let me just grab a device with which to apply color. So we're gonna go for some lovely green because that's the closest thing that I have. And then we're gonna add maybe like just some lines. Really, drawing is all about lines. Just make lines on a page and people will be like, wow, art. And you just agree with them. And then maybe we'll continue this thing out here. This can just be like a random tentacle type thing that we're not going to worry about. That just does its own thing. And then this comes back into like, I mean, whatever it wants really. And let's add some circles. If you want anything to look like vaguely oceanic, just add some circles to the bottom of it and people are like, whoa, octopus. And you just agree, yes, octopus. But really, it's nothing. It's just lines and circles and dots, which are really just like curvy lines or really short lines. And then we're gonna add some more green, which is another thing you should do if you're having any doubts about what you're drawing. Just add green. Like, even if it totally doesn't match and it's totally not what you were going for, just green. And then you can maybe have some like weird, like this creature's either like sucking in weird green blobs or throwing up weird green blobs. Who can say? It's up to you to decide. And then you can just add some dots. Dots make everything look a lot more professional than it actually is. Like before, those were just green lines, now they're green lines and dots. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab some watercolor so that we can call our piece mixed media, and that will make everyone really impressed as well. We're gonna continue with this green theme and just like paint some green. My brush is disgusting. It also gives you a bit of a background so that it's like not just a Sharpie drawing, it's like a Sharpie drawing and this epic watercolor thing. Don't worry about staying inside the lines or outside the lines depending on where you're painting. It's fine to deviate. You can just call that an artistic choice and people will be like, okay, and not argue. It's great. And so here we're going to do something that's going to just like completely mess with you. And that's add some red, which is the opposite to green. And you can wow people with your amazing color theory knowledge by telling them all about how red is the opposite to green. I'm just going to add it here. So now, again, contrast, very important for good drawing. / now watercolor, apparently. And then I think that's almost ready to be called finished. And as you can see, it is a complete masterpiece worth several $1 million. But first we need to sign it to make it worth several more $1 million. And we're going to do that by using a pretentious alphabet that we made up ourselves. We're gonna make it like really big and just over here, and that is wet, so it's not gonna work, but that's fine, it's an artistic choice. And this has been How to Draw Good with Rose Evans. I hope you appreciate it, and I'll see you tomorrow.